Day 1. Arriving at Happenstance Stables. So she didn't want to back off the trailer, but we had the divider out so she could turn around, which she did very calmly and happily walked out, and she actually just walked right on the trailer when we got there, so that was fantastic. And she does seem to be halter broke, but really nothing else seems to be done with her. Here she is in her double stall at Happenstance. She was happy to start eating, but here I'm trying to offer her something when she doesn't seem like she'd ever taken anything from a person's hand before. I could have cornered her and grabbed her, but she did not want me touching her at all. Like, just don't touch me. You can see her just evading, doesn't even want to get near my hand to sniff it.
So any initial words of analysis?
No, she's really pretty and in way better condition than I would have thought. So I'm really excited to start working tomorrow. Or even tonight, I'm not sure. I'll probably go in there tonight too. She's a little nervous, definitely not super trusting of people, but like Adam said, when you put a halter on her, she doesn't like seem to fight you at all or cause any trouble. She's just unsure about people. So, yep, super excited.
Okay, so here we are. This is day 1. We closed all the outside doors, and we put her in the arena, and I just let her go. She didn't run around at all. Just was pretty chill about the whole thing. And she went around and sniffed a few things. And then here you're going to see the training that I did with her. So the basic idea is to walk back and forth in front of the horse. You'll see me make a twirling motion with my hand. My goal is not to corner her, but to do something rhythmically at a distance that she's comfortable with. So in this case, I don't know, I'm 20 or 20 feet from her, something like that. And I'm walking back and forth in front of her. If she wants to walk toward me, I'll stop and chill. If I feel like I need to, I can always go back to walking in front of her and twirling my hand. My biggest goal is that she's not walking away from me. And you can see how quickly
Well, that wasn't hard.
she walked right up.
Girl. I know that a lot of people seem to be really quick to want to touch the horse. And I feel like that's like a human thing. And so I'm like, I don't have to touch you right away. She wanted to be scratched, which that helped. Good girl. Good job. Good girl. Hi. Hey, love.
So the night before, I had happened to reach out and touch her shoulder and started scratching.
Oh, here?
And she found she liked that, and I was able to scratch her for about 45 minutes in her stall the night before. No food, just giving her scratches. And
You like that food?
she finally learned that she could take food from my hand, but you'll see she's very hesitant to put her nose near my hand.
Good job.
So I'll try to scratch her. She doesn't like her face to be touched yet, so I wasn't too quick to touch her face and do that part.
It's okay.
You can see how she's turning her head away a little bit. I go back to walking back and forth in front of her.
Good girl.
My goal was not to push this interaction. My goal was not to be in a hurry to get on her, to get her doing anything. Just because that's the technique that I wanted to use. I wanted to use positive reinforcement for a lot of it. I'm not going to be able to use it for everything. But I wanted to be able to say that I did it slowly, that everything that I did, the horse was okay with. That I wasn't doing flooding, that I didn't cause her to have any learned helplessness.
I know you don't know that.
So again, just a few minutes later,
Good job.
I just want you to see how she was following me the first day.
Oh, that's a good girl. Look at her stop right there, too.
So here you can see I asked her to walk over the pole.
Yeah.
Now, just FYI, we did a little bit later put water in here, and there is a bag full of hay. down that that she could be eating off of if she wanted.
Yeah, we can step over that. Good girl.
And this day I wasn't doing as much clicker training.
Yeah.
And then finally I went and sat down, and she came over and stood by me for about 15 or 20 minutes and give me a different part of her body to scratch.
Oh.
She just really was enjoying being scratched. And so later she would come to the mounting block to be scratched. She was happy to stay there. She could have left. There was food she could go eat, and she stayed there. All right, this is the next morning. No, this is the evening. Sorry, this is that night. Same day 2. And I had swung out these pool noodles, and you can tell she's really smart. She knew that I wanted her to go through them. And so I'd stand on the other side, and she would often go around them, but every time she would touch them, which she did, she touched the end one, I would click and reward her for that. You can see she's going to go kind of around it, but brush over it. And then what I did is, I don't think it's in this video, I spent a little bit of time scratching her right next to the pool noodles. And then the next day when I get her out, she actually walked over to the pool noodles and stood there kind of waiting for me. And I don't have a video of that, but it was kind of interesting to see her try things like that. And so I'm rewarding for even just coming close to it. You can hear the click. And then I reward. No, she doesn't have to come through them for me to reward her. And in her stall, she has water, and she has as much hay as she wants. So you can see right there, she chose to go around it. But I clicked for letting her let the pool noodle touch her there. She's very, very soft. She's gentle about taking food. She's gentle about where she puts her feet. She's very, very soft about things. Same day, I walked away to go get some more food. I ran out. This is the second time I asked her to walk over the tarp. The first time I pulled it out, she didn't really care. She followed me around with it. Did not seem nervous about the noise. And this is what she did almost right away with the tarp. And some people have seen this and said, wow, she must have had more training than you thought. But if you go back and look at that video in the stall, she didn't want to have anything to do with people. I hate to say that it's the way I trained is going to be what makes her this calm and good with this. Because we're never going to be able to go back and see how she was. Like, did someone do this with her and she was just scared of people? Or has she literally had no training? I don't know. And people will look at her and assume that, oh, I had an easy horse. But we don't know yes or no to that. It's because I've been gentle with her. So here, I'm asking her to step on the tarp, and she's walking around it.
Come on. Good girl.
I have the GoPro on my helmet.
Good girl.
There you go. Really good about doing that. Going on. Now here, we're walking toward the pool noodles here.
Here you go.
And I'm trying. You can't see because I'm walking toward it. She's right behind me, and you can see she's walking next to me, and she walked through those first two.
Good girl. Good girl.
Which was really, I was so happy to see. Look how calm she was about it. And it's only like the third time she's seen the pool noodles.
Smart
And again,
girl.
I've been doing all this training without a halter. I use a halter to lead her into the arena, but no whip, no halter. I'm just scratching her here. She loves to be scratched. And there's times where she stops wanting to eat the food. So then I go back to using scratches and things like that. So here, I just back up so you can see.
Good girl.
Just look at her expression as she walks through. Very
Oh,
careful, very
girl.
deliberate. Happy to walk
Good
right through there.
girl.
The next one, I pulled the mattress out and stood in front of it, and she stopped in front and looked at it. And then when she put her foot on, absolutely no spook. I missed the very first step right there, but that was her. She didn't even try to back off because it's a thick mattress. It's over 12 inches tall, and she was happy to put her front feet on and just stand there just like that. I was so amazed and impressed. And actually, this is day 3 here. Sorry, this is the next morning. Nobody was in here to film, so I was using my GoPro. And that is the end of day 3. And I'm so excited for you guys to watch this and see more updates like this with training. Please like and share. It helps spread the awareness for Macaroni. She will be available for adoption in August at the Appalachian Trainer Face Off competition. If you can't be there, you can arrange for a proxy. They'll get a proxy for you to bid on this horse. So I'll have links and updates coming soon. But be aware that she is going to be up for adoption. And she is a gaited mare. We don't know much about her, but I'm going to keep doing the training and get her under saddle and do liberty and trick training with her, and she'll be an awesome horse for someone.